It says upcoming. Why does it say that? I'm stuck. Why does it say that? Where's it all gone? Uh-oh. Oh, here. I found it. Found it. Found it. It says upcoming. Why does it say upcoming? Why does it say that? It's not working. Test, test, test. It's not working. Let me try that again. It is not working. Oh, it's working now. You have yeah, it's too cold outside. You have it inside. Yeah, it's not Australia. Let me just quickly. So I've actually just done some filming. So I'm going to do some. I can't go out there and do any filming, as in live streams, because it's way too bloody cold. And I did promise. Hello, mates. I did promise to do some more live streams, a bit different than just racing. I hope you can see. We have got our. Is that too loud? Is that too loud? Stand by. When you're doing, when am I going to Aussie? I'm going to Australia. We leave on the 18th of this month. So I thought I might as well go live and chat about anything that you guys want to speak about that's going on at the moment when it comes to the hobbies. So, of course, I've got some hybrid stuff here in the background. I'm actually editing a hybrid video as we speak. And, of course, SLOTCARS stuff. And I guess if you've got any questions about the channel moving forward, Mike on your hat, good idea. Seems fine. Volume is clear as a bell. Yeah. It's the best. All I would say, the reason I did that, I was outside because Gail. Hello, Gail Force. Sorry, mate, I just saw your name. If you have been watching the live streams, we've been outside in the snow, and it can get down to like -19. I don't know the degrees when it comes to American. And because I'm flying back to Australia in a week's time, how this happened was I was outside, and because I was making videos, I could hear the ruffling of the jacket because I used to have it here. So now I've put it on the mic. It looks stupid, but now I've put it up here, so nothing, when I've got a jacket on, it doesn't feel. Why are Carrera Hybrid slower than slot cars? Why are Carrera Hybrid? Because they're not slot cars. You've got to remember this. And whilst I'm talking to you guys, I am editing a video. So if you want to keep me company, thank you. Because they're not slot cars. That's the simple answer, man. They're definitely not slot cars. So all I can say on that is they're 150 scale. Apart from slot cars, what are you most looking forward to? Okay. I'll quickly answer this one. The reason these are slower than a slot car is firstly, they are smaller. I mean, they're 150 scale. The power that they are receiving are powered by the onboard motor and battery. Obviously, you've got to charge these. And just the physical makeup of these are a lot different than a slot car. They're a miniature 150 scale RC car with one purpose only, and that's fun. It's not going fast. It's having multiple of these on track at once. So I think if they went way too fast, it'll be something that would be uncontrollable, like Mini Z. You need a big space now for Mini Z. They are 128 scale RC car, very high quality, but you couldn't really have them on a tabletop. So if you look at it as a tabletop racer and take away the slot car stuff, the only reason people think slot cars because it's Carrera. I get it. It's confusing, but it's got nothing to do with the slot car stuff. Hybrid, can you run all ghost cars? Yes, it's coming. I'm waiting. I've got to admit, they've been a bit lazy on their updates with me. I have requested the beta app, so I will be doing the beta app. Hopefully, before I leave for Australia, they'll give me access to the beta app so I can then show you guys the AI racing, and it will be 16 cars plus yours, I believe. So you can have your car and 16 cars AI driving. So that is coming. Yeah, it's coming. It is coming. So, yeah, very good question. Let me have a quick look. Apart from the slot cars, what are you most looking forward to back in Australia? I do miss the language. I mean, you got to remember, I'm here in Austria, so I don't speak the language. It is very, 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 how do I say, isolating. It is because I don't speak the language. It's a beautiful country where I am right now. It's a beautiful town. It is expensive. I'm not rich, but I do miss the Aussie-ness to it. I do miss hearing the language. I'm an Aussie, so I do miss hearing it. But the most thing is there's a lot more I can do in Australia with the channel, with mental health, than I can do here. Honestly, that's one of the main reasons. Hello, Hot. How are you, mate? If you put your left shoe on the wrong foot, is it? It's on the right foot. Carrera makes a couple of RC cars in the past. They still do. Carrera have a very big RC, I guess you call it department or side. You're going to hear some voiceovers. Carrera have been doing RC cars for as long as I think they've been doing slot cars. If you go to the Carrera world in Austria, they've actually got some wicked old RC cars that I wish I can get my hands on that they used to make. So their RC stuff is pretty good. So this is not new to them. It's just the world that we live in for the slot car stuff. We all think of slot cars. They do a lot more than just slot cars. You're moving back to Australia? No, moving back, mate. Moving back. It's the second time we've done that. It's going to be the last. I can't afford to keep doing it, obviously. Many reasons why, but we're excited to go back. We really, really are. We can't wait. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. So I'm actually editing a hybrid video as we speak. So you're going to hear a little. I'm going to turn it down. You're going to hear a little bit of voiceovers, but I was on my own, so I thought, hey, who wants to keep me company? Good luck and all the best. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. I like your channel because you like to focus on mental health. Yeah, mental health is a big thing. It is. I'm into RC and slot cars and guns. Well, guns, I understand that. I guess if you're from America, it's not a very big culture thing for Australians. We don't do guns, which I'm happy about that. I mean, I'm an ex-police officer. I can tell you my job would have been a lot harder if everyone had guns. It would have been a lot harder. So the gun thing, I get it. I love guns. I used to have one, obviously, as a police. But RC, I'm a big fan. Big fan of RC. Let's keep an eye outside. I live in the Northwest Indiana and work in Chicago. I'd love to go to Chicago, man. I would love to go to Chicago. I really would. I think that'd be incredible. Have you or will you ever have custom slot cars, body swaps, engine or decals? Are you talking about that slot car guy branded, TSCG branded, or you just mean in general? I've got plans for when I'm back, but it is a lot of this stuff takes. I'll see what you say. What's the word? Colorful, wild, and don't hold back. No, we don't. We don't really have guns. I mean, we have guns for purposes. So, of course, law enforcement has guns. Farmers have guns. And if you want a gun license, it is pretty strict to get. But back in '97, we had a buyback by the government. We had a big mass shooting in Australia back in '97. We've obviously just had another one in Sydney last year, which was not good, Bondi. But we had a big mass shooting in '97. The government did a buyback scheme back then, so everyone handed in their guns. And ever since then, it has been literally the safest when it comes to firearms. Now, again, as an ex-police officer, I carried one. I trained with many. My job would have been a lot harder if everyone had access to it. I know America has a different culture, and it's part of their 10 Commandments, but it's different culture. So I get why some countries have it, but we don't. I'm strict in my state, but it kind of does matter. Yeah, okay. I would love to, mate. I would love to do. Whilst I'm doing this editing, I'll talk about that. I did reach out to a couple of brands to try and get some white kits of my own. It is a costly thing. I have done it before, and it is depending on if people want to buy it. The other thing is if you're making a slot car that's yours, you want to make sure that you're doing, I guess, it justice compared to the other brands. If I'm going to release a white kit car that's from me with a chassis and everything else, it's got to be competitive against brands like NSR, Revo. I mean, it can be with Scalatric and Carrera, the toy side. I have looked at doing a white kit by Scalatric. I have spoken to them. There is an option for me to buy. It's a lot of money. You've got to buy a heap of the product and then sell it yourself. I have looked at that because I can't say much for 2026, but there is some models coming out that I'm interested in. But I would love to do like a mismatch. I'd love to a mix match. I really like the Revo slot chassis. I think when people get the Revo slot chassis being metal, it feels like value. So I would stick with a metal or a carbon chassis. And then when it comes to body, you'd probably buy a white kit. But I would look at 3D printing or whatever myself, but I haven't done that yet. So I would love to, man. I would love to. Hello, Among Us. Hello, mates. Lol, the what? Yeah, chill. I'm just editing some videos, guys. I'm just editing the video. So I thought I'll do a. Some people want to do Q&As with me. They want to ask questions. And of course, when I'm doing the racing, and I'm actually editing a video now. I'll quickly show you. I'm actually editing a Carrera hybrid video. So I thought might as well go live and then be able to sort of talk to you guys one-on-one. Love my membership. Just ran out midstream. We'll be drawing after the move back. Want to say. No. That's completely understandable. It's really hard to give the members more right now because I'm not back in Australia, but it will happen. Don't worry, we're going back. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Really excited. So I'm just trying to see. I can't read that. Imagine Carrera collabs with you, mate. To be honest, the channel's been doing really well when it comes to growth. And if I've got to be honest and frank, I still have to chase. Like it is what it is. It's this niche hobby. I would love to collaborate with them, either Scalatric or Carrera. But my view is the slot car world. I think we are very lucky right now because if you look back 10 years ago, maybe a little bit further, the cars were nice, but they're not what we're getting now. That's Carrera, Scalatric, SCX, Revo. The brands that we have right now, we're spoiled. We're very spoiled. Another Inside the House stream, 2 in a row. Hello, Jeremy. It's a bit boring, this one. I'm just doing some editing. I don't expect many people to join. I really don't. But, of course, I would love, of course I would love to do it with them, but it's not in their interest. It's not in their interest. Maybe one day. We'll see what happens. Hello, David. Hope you're well, mates. Thanks for joining. I'm editing a Carrera hybrid video as we speak, and I thought let's slow it down. Let's have a chat. Not right now. Not right now. It's very cold outside. We are editing, but I just thought we'll have a chat. I wish I could invite people to the live though. It'd be good if I can actually invite people to the live stream. This is more a TikTok thing, to be honest. A lot of people do this on TikTok, but I've got more followers on YouTube, so that's why I'm doing it now. But I'm just editing a video where I put these 3 cars, the models around the track. There's a lot of people asking me about these at the moment because, of course, I can't do slot cars right now for obvious reasons. Yeah, that big brand have got a lot closer to the customs higher-end stuff. They have, yeah. What software are you using? How old am I? I just turned 42. What's the date today? I just turned 42 on the 8th of January. What editing system? I use a free one. It's called CapCut. Everyone knows of CapCut. I don't use anything fancy. It gets expensive if you start trying to get all the good stuff. So I'm using CapCut at the moment. I have used Wondershare, but that got a bit expensive. And I can't able to drive CN manual car. It's very hard to pick in traffic. Oh, okay. I was using Wondershare for a while, but I was getting hit with copyrights when I was using their music. And that's very, it's an issue. I just had a video hit 104,000 views. And if the music in that gets picked up by any kind of copyright, they actually delete the music. So then the video is pretty much silent. So you got to be careful what you use. CapCut's been all right. It's free. And it's easy to use. I like the Mustang you did sound. Yeah, the Mustang. The Mustang is awesome. Like that is. Oh, I just deleted the Mustang is wicked. It is wicked. It is a good car. Oh, you even use CapCut only free ones? Yeah, I'm the same. I use the free one. Yeah, it's really, really good. So the first car that came out, so these were the first 2 that were released. So you probably noticed the difference in the boxes. So that was the first 2 cars that came out with the set that I got, which is pretty much a beta set. That's before it was really released. And then they started releasing them in the clear windows. I was telling some people earlier, there was Ferrari originally. I don't know if Ferrari is coming. I haven't seen the catalog for Carrera. I would say that they're definitely doing new stuff for Carrera Hybrid for 2026. Of course, slot cars as well. But they did have Ferrari on the list, but I don't think they got the licensing for that. So that's why we haven't seen Ferrari in hybrid. What do you think about CNG car. It has low. What's CNG? What is CNG? Even when not on the Mustang crashes. Is that David? Shut up, David. As I drop the Mustang again. Yeah, I get you, mate. I get you. Oh, you're a pisser. Yeah, it's a Mustang thing, isn't it? It really is. It's a Mustang thing. It's a Mustang thing. All those videos of car crashes into the crowds and all the rest of it. It is quite funny, but I love a Mustang. So we have our Mustang crashes and aiming at crash. Porsche. I love the Porsche. I love the Porsche. So like I said, guys, this is just a brief. I can't actually show you my screen because if I show you my screen, I mean, I probably could. You could probably actually, maybe you should watch me do the editing. Maybe we should do that. Maybe I should put the camera on the editing. I've got a chat so I can actually see the chat. Let me see if, so you actually see what I'm doing because I'm actually doing editing. So I'm going to turn that so you guys can see how I do it. I guess it's more, you should start a gaming channel. I'd have streamed here before on YouTube, but it's really hard, mate. I won't lie. I mean, I'm not young. Not everyone wants to tune in and see a 42-year-old. Well, mostly because Mustangs are mostly in the US, but okay, funny. Shocked. I love a Mustang. It's gas, air. Can you actually see that or not? Let me just turn this so you can see it. So this is how I do the editing. Let's do the editing together. CapCut full software. That's what, nah, this is not full software. This is just standard. This is the free stuff. This is the free stuff. And there's any hobby outside of racing. I do like football or soccer. We call it soccer in Australia. I might be doing some coaching when I get back to Australia. My son plays soccer. So I think I will be doing a bit of that. I am here, guys. I'm just doing the editing. So you're not just staring at me. And there you can see this is the, I'm just watching back what I've put out. You guys are getting a bit of a sneak peek here. Hello, Nath. Hello, mates. It's gas, air, fuel, just running engines on gas. It's called CNG. Oh, I don't know what CNG was. I treated myself with Pro. Pretty damn happy. Yeah, I think it's okay. But Gail, surprisingly not, mate. The channel, unfortunately, when I first started the channel, I was spending a lot of money on the channel itself. And even though I'm at 28,000 subs now, as you would know, Gail, it's very hard to make money out of YouTube. So when I started spending, $100 a month on editing, buying product, at the end of the day, the channel was running at a loss and it's not a business. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do all the free stuff and see what happens. Hello, Switzerland. So yeah. I don't really pay for much anymore. I try not to buy the expensive stuff. Because funny enough, the video that just popped off on my channel, which was the toy versus hobby slot cars, which was this one here. Let me quickly see if I can show you. If I go to my YouTube, the video that's been doing really well on my YouTube was the one that actually cost me the least to do, which was this one here. So this video right here, toy versus hobby, it's 105,000 views. And I use the basic software. So like I said, my views aren't the biggest. Mine are up and down. My live streams are really big. If people want to see, who joins in, 21K, 23K, 23K. We've had some big live streams, 60, 79, 117. But I'm going to do a video very soon showing how I've got so many subs in such a short time, because I think people need to see how growth can actually happen without doing anything major to your channel. You guys in the chat, guess the flag. Thailand. Does that track have ghost mode too? It will have, mate. It will have, yes. Football. Excellent. I treated myself to Pro. John Cena, you guys in the chat. In Aussie, we'll see you racing Carrera hybrids or slots. Everything, mate. Everything. Carrera hybrids, slots. I mean, the channel is a slot car channel. Everything. I watched it, toy versus. Oh, thank you, Dennis. I appreciate it. What did you think? Give us some feedback. Be nice. But there you go. There you can see me now. I'll put it back this way so it's actually can see what I'm doing. I don't know if people want to see. But like I said, this kind of live stream is more suited for TikTok. That's why it's not going to work very well here on YouTube. What's going on here? I don't know if you can actually see me now or not. Oh, that's better. I thought it was Oh, I mean, look, thank you, man. Thank you, Mungus. I try not to get into the nuts and bolts. There's a lot more people out there that know a lot more about slot cars than me. And you don't really want to get into the nuts and bolts because sometimes the information you give out is wrong. So I do be a little bit cautious on what information I put out there that I'm sort of, I guess, sticking to, if that makes sense. And of course, you know, social media is not the friendliest place if you get stuff wrong. But I do like making mistakes. I like when people call me out on the mistakes I make because it's, you know, it shows that you're human. And I do get a laugh at some of the comments. I had one guy today. I had one guy write in one of my shorts. I think he wrote, "This is the stupidest short I've ever heard." It was when I was showing the Porsche. Maybe it was the Porsche sound. He was listening on really good headphones. I think that's what he wrote. You know, he had some real bang on headphones. You're showing pointless sounds, blah blah blah. And he obviously missed the whole thing. It was like an app simulating the race version of the car. It was like, to me, it's like, wow. So you have a bit of fun with those comments. You know, I wrote back to him, "Thank you so much for your support. You know, consider the kind of stuff I just have fun with because look, life's too serious. Life's too short to get serious. I found you through the live streams and subbed and joined as a member through, and then it was cause of your." Oh, thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Look, not everyone likes this. Not everyone likes this. But we are creating a video. I'm going to just put the camera down a bit so you can see the cars. I am doing a video as I speak. But thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks, mate. But like I said, these kind of live streams aren't the ones that people want to tune into, you know, regularly because it can get boring. It can get very boring. So I'm just now composing the section of the video where I put the cars around the track. So this video should be out tomorrow. It's not badly filmed. I'm not the greatest when it comes to filming. My videos don't do very well, but you know, we have a crack, don't we? We have a crack. We have a crack. I just picked up myself the Iron Dames. Oh, it's a good car. The Iron Dames is a good car. I've got to start collecting again. I think the saddest day was when I got rid of my collection. I'd love to buy it back. I'm considering it. I won't lie. I'm considering it because I really would love my collection back, but it's the Iron Dames. But if you've got any questions, guys, let me know. I am editing a video. If you've got any questions about YouTube as well, like how YouTube works. I mean, I'm not the biggest streamer or the biggest YouTube content creator, but I have learned a lot since I've been doing it. And there's some stuff that you can do to grow quickly. So if you've got any questions, please. But we are editing, for those that are joining, because we've got people coming in left, right, and center. We are editing the 3 new models by Carrera, hybrid. Now, the main issue with this, the main topic of this video is, do the cars perform better or different? And do they sound different? And we all know who have seen the live streams. We know that they do perform different and sound different. And it's just a basic video, but I do like putting that out because the more people that watch this stuff, the more that might get involved. Yeah. I actually can't hear that. Let me just turn that up. But I actually might try this on TikTok in a minute because I think TikTok likes this more than YouTube, obviously. So this is the hello from the US. I got my hybrid set on the strength of your content. Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you. I appreciate that. Strength of the concept, I love it. A question I have is why can't I find the Absolute Racing Carrera hybrid in the States, which is this one here. So I'm going to quickly search it. I'm in front of the computer right now. So this is the Absolute Racing Porsche. This is the one that you're talking about. It is beautiful. Why can't you find it as I throw it? Get out of here, you Porsche. I don't know. Let me just see if it's I'm going to quickly Google for you. I'm in front of the computer, so I can do a bit of Googling. Carrera hybrid. Hybrid. It's Absolute Porsche, isn't it? Hybrid Porsche. It might be a release for here only, but I didn't think it was. Yeah, it might be a European-only release. Where did you buy it from? Can you let me know in the comments? Where did you buy it from? Where did you pick it up from? I think my favorite car I got is the RS200. Love it. And the Ford Escort. I don't have TikTok. TikTok is really good. It's good for information. Time to work on race room. See you, brother. Have a good one, mates. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. I can't see it on. You have to let me know where you got it from. Let me. Take care, bud. It is amazing how different streams are, though. I mean, look, when I do a racing stream, how many people join compared to, and it all comes down to YouTube wanting to show what they think people want to see. YouTube is a very, very smart beast. So when we start doing the slot car racing again, the numbers just go through the roof because it's entertaining and engaging. What's up, Trev? How are you? Heard you're moving soon. Ooh, where'd you hear that from? Give me your sources, man. Give me your sources. I got mine in the US Amazon store. And you can't find what cars are available. That's very interesting. I might do a video on that. What cars are available then? Hello, Christian. Hello, mates. Hope you're well. Bit of a slower live stream. I'm actually editing a video, so thank you for popping in. And I'm just trying to
connect our car. So I'm going to go
get
the collection
the audio all linked in.
Which is the Porsche. Let's just quickly scroll through.
And editing is the worst part of having a social media account on YouTube, or if you're doing on one of your live streams. Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah, we are, mate. We are. We fly out on the, well, let me show you. I'll quickly turn it around. There's all the stuff. We're still waiting for it to be picked up. We got snowed in. That's only half the boxes. We got snowed in, so they couldn't pick it up. So we had to postpone it. So we're flying back on the 18th, and the stuff gets picked up hopefully Wednesday, but we've been snowed in. So it's been a bit, it's been a bit hard to get the stuff picked up, unfortunately.
So first up, we need to connect our car. So I'm going to go through the collection mode. We're going to go and choose our car, which is the Porsche. Let's just quickly scroll through, find it, chuck it into our selection. Now, the cars are up to date when it comes to their performance, but I'm going to change them back to original. So we're going to go back to...
Did I sell the house I'm in now? I don't own this house, mate. This is not our house. This is a little apartment. I don't own this house. This is not mine. Yeah, but YouTube can be bad even as a member. It didn't always show up. Yeah, no, mate, I actually contacted YouTube even at the height of the live streams when we're getting, well, put it this way, my videos, if you want to look at my YouTube channel, and it is odd because we have got a lot of subscribers now, and the unfortunate thing is if I release a video with 28,000 people and 15,000 of those have only joined in the last 3 months, you would think that they would at least see the videos. And I can guarantee you, YouTube is not throwing those videos out. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't do it. So if I release a video, not all of the YouTube subscribers will actually be notified. And it is hard for a content creator because you put effort in. When you've got that many subscribers, which 28 is now a lot, 28,000 is a lot of people that have subscribed to the channel, mainly for the live streams. That's why we don't see 28,000 people in this room right now. But that's why the live streams do so well, because they come back and watch it. But YouTube is really poor on throwing your content out to the people who already follow you. Unless you're like a big channel, I don't think they really do much to support it. But I have emailed them. It is tricky. It is tricky. Did you sell? No. On delay. All the new Mustangs M4s are available, but not the latest. Oh, okay. Bet you can't wait to get back to warmer weather. Oh, thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Oh, look, it's a lot of hard work. It has been a lot of hard work. It is like a job that you don't get paid for, like doing content. And it might sound like a dream, but even me now, like, it's 4 p.m. What time is it here? It's almost 5 p.m. Austrian time, and I'm editing. And I don't do as many videos as I used to. If you've noticed, my video content has really slowed down because just putting the time and effort into it, and the video only gets like 1,000 or 2,000 views. Some videos can take you a day and a half just to film, organize, and do all the stuff to it. And that's why I don't really do many videos at the moment, because it doesn't pay off. It doesn't pay off. Show me your browser history. What are you, some kind of Fruit Loop? Show me yours. The warmer weather, yes, but I'm a bit nervous because we've got a. Hello, James. Hello, brother. I've got a very small holiday cabin at a caravan park in Melbourne. And unfortunately, we've got the fires happening in Melbourne, and I actually believe it's been burnt down. I don't know yet because I'm not there. I have friends that are keeping an eye on it, but because it's now an exclusion zone where it's at and no one can get near it, it's definitely in the hot zone. We don't know if we're going to lose that or not. So I'm very happy to come back to Australia, but I'm a bit nervous that we may have lost the cabin, which is a bit, it's sad. No one got hurt, but I've got to. If it survived, it's a miracle because, it's right in the hot zone. So I don't know. No, they don't. They don't. Show me your browser history. February is coming. You can see it if you want, mate. It's pretty boring. I'm 42, married with a kid, and I play with toys. So if you're hoping to find something else, you might find a lot of Amazon searches for new RC stuff, but you're not going to find what you're thinking, big man. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we're not too sure. Yeah, not too sure. Which is a bit sad. I mean, it's tricky. It's a bit tricky.
The gearbox back to default as well.
Yeah, mate. Hopefully.
Actually, we might go extra short, and we'll just leave the tires as standard.
Yeah, well, hopefully, mate. But look, at the end of the day, it's like I said, everyone's safe.
Test. So
a lot of grey for 42. Yeah. Well, not as much. I don't have any hair, so yeah, a lot of grey. When you're an ex-copper, there's a lot of grey. I'm 50 with 2 kids that are grown, and I play with toys. Dennis, you tell him, Dennis.
I want to go quickly to the tuning mode.
You tell him, Dennis.
On the older semi-slicks, which are very similar. Extra short gearbox, and we'll leave.
I love people.
Test. So now let's connect our.
Gee, I started going grey at like 27, I think.
I want to go quickly.
I started going grey early.
Test.
I really did.
So,
but that's all right. So I am editing a video as we speak, and thank you for those that have joined because you are keeping me company.
Test. So now let's connect our car to the.
Oh, you're 22. Well, mate, if I can say to you, I really recommend, and if you're 22, I solidly recommend if you're into the hobby, get into it because as the hobby itself, unfortunately, it is an older hobby. I mean, I'm 42. I'm one of the youngest content creators. There is younger, but I'm also one of the youngest that is pushing the hobby. And 42 isn't that young. Like, it really isn't. It's quite old. It's old. I'll be the first to say it. But 22, so you're 20 years younger than me. It is one of those hobbies that do need people like yourself in it. Now, the reason I'm pushing digital slot cars is because I think that is the best way for people to get into the hobby. And then if they want to go down the rabbit hole of how would I say, hobby grade cars, well, then they can do that. But at the moment, excuse me, doesn't help with the microphone on my head. Yeah, with the rabbit hole of the slot car world, then you can dig as deep as you want because it's huge. I'm 36 and just praying in my bit. What is it? I'm ex-cop, not a cop. I'm retired, mate. I retired out in 22. I was awesome. I've never changed. I don't know why people always. Thank you. Bless you. People always say, "Oh, you're pretty cool for." Most Australian coppers are the same as me. And there's a bit of a stigma around policing. We are very lucky in Australia because they are pretty chill. Like I'm here in Austria, and if you do anything wrong here, I'll hate to know what will happen. And I mean, like. I don't know. I wouldn't want to push the boundaries here, but I know for a fact in Australia, when it comes to policing, it is super hard to be corrupt. Like if you want to be corrupt in Australia, you got 25 cameras on you at all time. And most of them are very chill. You will come across your concrete heads, but most of them are chill out. So yeah, they're awesome. I had some pretty cool crews. As I said, I checked in my country. It's dead hobby. Literally nobody does anything with it here except one rental track. Master, where are you again? Can you let me know again? Where are you again? And guys, if you've got any questions, please ask. I am just editing a YouTube video. If you've got any questions about YouTube or the hobby itself, whether it's slot cars, RC, if you want to talk cars as well, of course, I love real cars. This is more of a chat session whilst I'm doing some editing. I can't really get outside right now because it's friggin' freezing. And it's sort of we're going to start slowing down the live streams because we are moving back to Oz. So I'm really getting into the point where I can't do much anymore. It's getting closer. It's getting closer.
That should start him up. There you go. So the track and the car is now ready. I've got my
Let me quickly read.
I'm going to do a couple of test laps, but the main
Let me read that. What does that say? I can't move that.
They sound different. So let's do a launch.
I started with Poland here. Look, I'm an architect, a principal graduate against institutions, but I respect you. You're what is that? A who? Institutions, but I respect you for being a nice dude. Let me read that again in a tick. What RC crawlers did you have? None. I've never had an RC crawler. I want one. I think in the slot shed, we'll be building an RC crawler track. Like I said, my goal is to open up the space for people to come. So my goals and I'll read that one about the police in a minute. My goals for my space that I'll be having for the channel and the hobby will be a digital track, definitely a scale-electric track because I have a lot of scale-electric stuff to review. I want to build a sand pit for some diggers. I want to get some RC diggers into a big sand pit. I also want to do on the side of my shed, a rock climbing wall for crawlers and definitely some mini RC stuff. I've got a big enough space for that. So I do want to go multi-hobby. I do love slot cars, but I have a passion for a lot of hobbies. So that's the goal. I checked. Oh, you're in Poland. Oh, man, look, it's different worlds, mate. I would imagine your side of the fence when it comes to policing, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'd imagine it'd be very strict there. Is it corrupt? Let me know. I don't know. But I can imagine it's very different to being in Australia with the policing there. It'd be so different. So different. I've actually got a couple of Polish friends that I see at the gym here in Austria. A lot of Poland's come to Austria to work, and they know that I'm ex-police, and they've told me some stories about what happens in Poland, and it would be very disheartening knowing that you don't know who to trust there. So let me know if I'm wrong saying that, but it's very hard. It's very hard. The picture of policing around the world always gets tarnished very similar. Everywhere is the same. It's not. It's not. I love Thailand. I've been going to Thailand for many, many years. But if you get pulled over without having a helmet on your scooter, expect to pay some money. If you ever try to do that in Australia, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. I started with Tyco when I was younger, then started collecting them 5 years ago and have 1,000 HO cars. 1,000. Well, Dennis, there's one you're missing. It's the TSCG Special Bauer 164 scale Porsche. Yeah. I used to really into slot cars when it was about 6 and 7. Stop when I went university now because of you. I'm getting right back into it. Oh, thank you, David. Look, it is a hobby that takes up time and space. Every hobby does. When I was younger, I did not do any of this when I was 17. From 18 to 27, it was buying real cars. It was partying. There's that span of life where people disappear. And that's why it's very important with any hobby that you're in, that there's a generational change where you keep rolling over, because there's always a time frame in your life where a hobby will go out the window. I mean, I was racing RC cars, I think when I was 20. By the time I hit 20, maybe I was 19, I was racing 110 scale. And then I stopped because life gets in the way. You're paying bills, you're starting careers, you're meeting women, unless you're married already, you're buying cars, you're moving around. And that's that gap that can kill a hobby. And that's why we're sort of lucky at the moment that the older side of it is still here. But we do need to inject the younger side, because I guarantee you in 20 years' time, when a lot of the OGs die off, which it happens because they're getting older, there is that generational gap that hasn't touched the slot car that probably wouldn't touch a slot car. And And it's videos and channels like mine and people like you that are engaging now with the digital stuff that go, oh, this is pretty cool. You know, this is great. And it was never shown because, unfortunately, the aging side of the hobby is the analog side, which I absolutely love. It's a beautiful side of it. But the digital side got left behind. And that's because the older side of the hobby didn't really like it. And it's been out for 20 years. It should have been bigger before I even started pushing it. Not saying that I've made it big, but before my big push into the slot car digital world, which we've now had 8 million views on the live streams, it should have been bigger because it's been out for 20 years. Digital. I used to watch MotoGP, not as much now. I'm into the F1s. I do ride motorbikes. I don't have one at the moment. I will try and buy one when I'm back in Australia. But I haven't watched MotoGP or Isle of Man for a long time. I just haven't done it. I've been too busy into motorsports, four wheels. Carrera 26132 digital chip conversion used for ghost racing. Carrera 26732 132 digital chip conversion used for ghost racing. What is that for, David Briggs? Let us know. View message. Who's this? Isle of Man TT. Gotcha. I used to sell Traxxas RCs at a motorcycle shop I worked at. Yeah, Traxxas is the best. No, not corrupt, just a lot of general assholes in the force and power creeps. Yeah, it's not good, man. I'm sorry about that, Master. Sorry about that, brother. I have 3 callers. Ericssel. Oh, nice. Hello, Drift. Hello, mates. Yes, still in Austria. Jackson, still in Austria. TCG Maniac here. Power trip a lot. Geez, I just realized TCG Maniac here. What is that, TCG? What's that mean? Yeah, I feel like the big two could do a lot more stuff online. They don't seem to advertise. You sure did help. That's what got me into it. I'm glad you watched it. I'm glad you did. The 2 big ones, they could be doing a lot more. But you will see, I will tell you right now, you watch a lot of what we are doing on this channel get copied. I guarantee you. If shops don't start setting up digital tracks, I can already guarantee you some of the big players that stream racing in the analog world will stream digital racing this year. I guarantee that, because the proof is in the pudding. Our channel was the first to really try and push the limits of the live streams and the digital side, and it worked. I think a lot of people were surprised, and I think a lot of people thought, and still probably do think, that I'm buying bots or I'm buying viewers, and it's a live stream. It just doesn't happen. People join, they leave, but it's interesting. And now that the push has been done and someone has taken the chance with the channels, I guarantee you other channels will follow. Shops will now get into digital, and that's what happens. It just needs somebody to push it. And unfortunately, there's no rewards to be reaped other than promoting the hobby. I don't get rewarded for it by the brands. I'm not paid or sponsored by them. I know a lot of people said I probably should be, but I'm definitely not. We just keep pushing. Also, after consultating local PPL from worst parts of the city, nope, corrupt is some spaces. Also, a lot of family, and TCG is a trading game. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can. Now you've stopped. You'll see a bunch of live stream ghost races. Oh, of course I will. Of course, it's going to be copied. It's going to be. Hello from Stoke-on-Trent. Hello, England. Hello, brother. I'm 40, and my son is 13. He's the front man at SLOTCARS to talking. My life's awesome hobby sport, mate. It's good that you started the channel. It really, really is good. Is it? Easy S SLOTCARS. It is challenging, mate. It is really hard to grow a channel. I'll be the first to say it. If you've ever got to have a chance to grow a slot car channel, it is now, because there's a lot of people out there doing it. There's a lot of traction at the moment because of certain things. I'll say us included. And if you are wanting to start a slot car channel, it is a lot easier to grow them now than it was 5 years ago. When I first started, there wasn't many channels at all. It was a handful of us that were doing it. And the growth was really, really hard. And you kind of get stuck into a phase where you're releasing the same stuff, and it's a real slow progress. But all I will say is, if you've got a channel, take risks, try something different. Like, look outside the box, try something different. But it is hard. Don't expect growth overnight. If you do get it, run with it, because it's hard. It's one of the hardest things that I've ever done, is doing a channel. So, but good on you, man. What else we got? I was just texting that a lot of people are copying. Yeah, of course they will, mate. Of course. I'm 52. I had the Mighty Mini Scale Electric when I was a kid and have loved the Mighty Mini. I'm a huge vintage collector. I don't have any collection anymore. As everyone knows, I sold my collection, but I still love the vintage stuff. Yes, I'm pushing digital, but my passion is Porsche. I collect Porsche when it comes to diecast cars. Haven't got any Porsche RCs yet, but I will. Porsche slot cars and then RC stuff. And when I was collecting slot cars, when I was doing the channel before I sold the collection, my goal was to try and get all the rare and vintage Porsche stuff from Scale Electric, from MRCC, and that was my goal from Carrera. I was just hunting Porsche stuff. So no, it's really cool. What about slot car customization and mods? 100% they are copying you, but that's okay. Look, you can't stop that, mate. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. I will say this without being, there's a lot of channels that wouldn't have a platform without the start that I helped with originally. So it all helps each other. If my stuff helps another channel, I mean, of course, there's going to be copycats. What can you do? Nothing. I don't own the rights to any of it. What can you do? You just do the best you can, and hopefully people come back and see you. And that's one thing I will say with the channel. A lot of people do get disheartened if their stuff doesn't do well. Firstly, the first thing that's going to grab somebody, and I'm still getting used to this, is thumbnails and your topic. I don't get them right. I'm getting better, but I don't get them right all the time. That's the first thing someone's going to see on YouTube. And as soon as they click it, audio, lighting, and personality. Audio and lighting is probably the big thing. I'm not the greatest at that. And then personality. If they don't like the person, they won't watch it any further or they won't come back. And that's the hard thing. You can copy somebody else's stuff, but if your personality doesn't gel with the crowd, well, they're not going to watch it again. And that's the hard thing to get. And you do build a personality, but I just say be yourself. Like, there's a lot of people that don't like my channel, and there's a lot of people that don't like me in the channel. So you can't please everyone. I'm 52. I had the Mighty Mini. 100% there. Yep. What about slot car customizations and mods? Master, what would you like to know? Carrera Evolution 132. Transformers. Almost all Evolution cars work on the new digital 132 track. Transformers. Almost all Evolution cars work on the new digital. How does that happen? David, what do you mean by that? Because if I put a digital slot car, if I put an analog slot car in a Carrera digital track without a chip, it will just take off like a crazy man. Am I missing something? Yeah, just start it. Yeah, but mate, have a look at the live stream right now. There's 28 people in here. Like, seriously, have a look at the chat. I've got 28,000 subs, and there's 28 people watching right now. Don't worry. Like, seriously. Like I just said to you, we've got a lot of subs, but it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. And you can have 1,000 subs and get videos that hit, 10,000 views. It really just matters on what you put out. If they don't watch it, just keep trying. But I never started the channel to be profitable or to be a YouTuber, because I don't think I am, to be honest. I started the channel because the hobby that I chose needed help. It needed a push social media-wise. And if it worked, awesome. If it didn't work, I'm having fun. What I am doing, though, is I'm documenting a lot for my son, who is now 7, for when I get older and grey and not here. He has got a library of videos to watch of his father, which I wish I had, when I get older, that he can look back on. So if anything, you're documenting part of your life. And I think that's if you've got kids, it's a beautiful thing. Is it a popular topic? Where to look for information about? There's a lot of channels that do upgrades. It's a big part of the hobby. I don't do many of those because the reason I don't is once you've done, a Carrera, let's just pretend this is a slot car. A Carrera slot car, the chassis, which if you looked at my toy versus hobby grade video, the chassis are very basic. There's only so much you can do to a toy grade slot car. You can trim away the chassis, you can trim away the body because you want the body and the chassis to move independently. You don't want them to move as a solid because then performance will be down. Changing tires, changing gearing, inputting new motors, it gets very repetitive for the same thing. So whether you've got an NSR car, a Revo slot, Carrera Scale Electric, once you start adding the upgrades are always the same. Tires, motor, weight, etc. And if you do that to one car, you can do it to 100 cars. It's the fine tuning part that makes the difference. Do I raise the car a little bit higher now? That's the part that I get interested in, because yes, you can throw tires and everything on a car, but it's once you then start tinkering with it and showing an evolution video of the car coming from this, doing 9 seconds, then now doing 6.7 seconds with a really decent setup. That's the documentation that I would make in the future once I find the right platform to do it. I mean, my platform now is really just getting information out. If I get too busy into the nuts and bolts, I'll lose all the new people, because the new people don't want me to say, here's a slot car. It's already $100, but how about you go and spend, 15 on tires, go buy another motor, get some gearing, spend maybe $50 to $80 to make it go faster. They're not going to want to do that, not straight away. And that's why my content is very, I guess, vanilla, because I don't want the person who has been in longer than me, because they know more than me. I want someone new to tune in and go, what the hell is this? Oh, no, I don't mind this. And then hopefully they stick around long enough then to start digging into the rabbit hole, and then they'll eventually find out the other brands, which I do show on the channel, but at a very vanilla level. That's why I do it. David, you just mate, look, everyone in today's day and age, and again, look, we've only got 27 people now. It's a very boring topic, but in today's day and age, where I'm 42, I'm not young. You're jumping into social media now, where everybody, from 10 upwards, I guess you would say, has a phone. They've got TikTok, and that's the other thing. The platforms have changed. 5 years ago, TikTok was very basic. It was very much just dancing and all that bullshit. And now TikTok is a place where you go for everything. I've got TikTok. I don't spend enough time on it. I probably should. But you're coming into an era now where everybody thinks if they do a YouTube channel, they're going to get rich and famous. Like, seriously, a lot of people think if you start social media, it could be a full-time job. A bloody oath it could be. But you got to get very lucky, like very lucky. I look at this, the biggest live stream, and I'm going to put this into context because, like I said to you, my channel isn't profitable. I don't get paid by anybody. I'm not sponsored by anybody. We'll work on that in the future. But I had the biggest live stream we've done so far in 5 years is 191,000 people tuned in over 1 hour. Now, that is 3,600 people at one time was watching for a span of about 4 minutes. Then it will drop down to 1.1 thousand, 1.5 thousand, and then eventually drop down to like 400 and 500. Even if it stays at 500 people, and let's drop it down again. I've got 30 people right now. I've got a classroom sitting in front of me listening to me talk shit. That's a lot of people still, and we forget that. 30 people with somebody who's got 20,000 subs is like, this guy is struggling, but it's the context. We're talking, I'm sitting here in front of the camera. I'm not very interesting. But it's still a classroom of people. Then you push it up to 100. That's an auditorium. Then you push it up to 500. You're getting into like a basic gig now where a lot of artists would love to sing in front of those people. Then you push it up to 1,000 people. And this is watching a video or being part of a live stream. So whether it's a video you've thrown out there and it's not live, or it's a live stream, that's 1,000 people. A lot of low-level sporting teams wouldn't get that many people coming to their venues. I went to the local football match here, and they're very popular, and they would have had probably 500 people max, and it was a massive crowd. But now you've got 1,000 people. Then you push it up to, whatever. So my biggest video I've had in 5 years is just gone over 100,000 people. And when you think about that, if you're from Australia, the MCG will fit 105 or 110,000 people. That's standing room and sitting room. That's a big friggin' stadium. So I would say never get hard up if you're not getting thousands of views, because, sometimes it's quality over quantity. So don't get tied up with that. Let me just, thanks, mate. That's nice. Seems like it helps if you have an accent. The 3 favorite YouTubers are you, Kevin Tolbolt, and DDE. 3 very different. So DDE was in my town about 2 weeks ago. I'm an old fan of theirs. I don't think I like their stuff now. I mean, I like what they do. I'm very proud of what they've done, because what Damon and Dave, or definitely Damon, has built from DDE is extraordinary. Gone are the days where you can just start vlogging and get viewers, because they've changed. Even if you, they used to vlog every day. Now they've gone to every other day, and the vlog has more polish to it now. So the vlogging style of it has changed. I don't really watch it as much. I mean, I've really swapped out DDE. I actually watched one of the videos today. They were back in Canada at August Motors. I actually swapped his content for Matt Armstrong, which is a dude who fixes cars. Now, that is a vlog, but in the way that you feel like you're part of the team. So there's lots of ways that these people are filming this stuff that get you engaging. Then you got Kevin Tolbolt, who is my dad, Australia, gets a bit annoyed because Kevin Tolbolt gets a lot of awesome RC stuff sent to him, and I love him. I think he's incredible, and he smashes it up. And I'm thinking, good on you. But my dad is the kind of person like, he's got all this brand new stuff, and he's this. But I'm like, Dad, he's testing it. He's showing you exactly what. I mean, who cares if he smashes up? But what I'm getting at is his style is just, it's Christmas every day. He throws it on the desk, bangs on the tires, and now let's go and try and jump that house. And I think that is just, it's engaging. And then you've got me. Boring. So it's you've got a very mixed channel love there, but I do appreciate it. But what I will say is when I get back to Australia, when I get into the slot shed, there'll be a lot of vlogging. I'm on my own. My wife will get involved with a bit of it because I've asked her to help. When someone else holds the camera for you when you're filming a video, and I'm doing a video right now, which is from my perspective, and it's not engaging. You want to be in front of the video with somebody else holding it. So I've never had that. So my wife will help with that when I'm back in Australia on some videos. You might even see her in it. I mean, she's a lovely girl. It doesn't help. She's easy on the eye. I'm like, get in my videos now. And she's younger than me. She's 35, so she's younger than me. And she'll get involved a bit in the videos because I think introducing a female into the hobby space as well is very important. Not that she cares much for it, but I think it's just showing that, this is a real hobby. And when the slot shed is ready, which is hopefully by April, a lot of it will be me building the slot shed back up again, building tracks, and then let's try this out. Let's build this sand pit for these diggers. And I want to try and use that space that every YouTube content creator would have loved to have and use that as content itself where we start addressing that area together. And that's the kind of stuff I want to build. Oh, no, I'm getting blurry. What's going on with my internet? Hold on, I'm going to quickly check my internet. I'm pixelated. No. I was going to quickly check. What's my internet doing? Is it all right? Hold on. Let me read the comments. And like I said, we've only got 28 people in the chat. It doesn't always, I don't know why why is my internet doing that? I'm just going to turn it back on again. Is it an upgrade to early evolution cars that weren't not digital over the, hold on a tick. Is it an upgrade to early evolution cars that were not digital over the past 6 years? As long as your Carrera car, your evolution car, has the two holes in the bottom, so the hole for the polarity switch and the hole for the sensor, you can put a chip in it. If it doesn't have those holes, well, you're going to have to hot wire it, meaning cut the wires off and solder to the motor, which is not hard to do, and then cut those holes in. I wouldn't do that because if they're that old of a slot car that they won't take an analog Carrera chip and it's Carrera, I wouldn't cut into them because they might be a bit valuable. So I have got slot cars from 2008, which you guys have watched on stream, the Skylines. They were the original digital cars, and they've got a brand new digital chip in them. So it's an easy upgrade. As long as it's got the holes in them, just put it in. Oh, thank you, King Dopey. I appreciate it, mate. I really do. And yeah, it's super international. You're right. You're right. So I haven't even read these comments. I'm 6 to 8 years young, and slot cars in the 70s were different. Having fun watching you doing your ghost racing, and your knowledge is awesome that you have the time. Sorry, David, I didn't read that before because my screen didn't start. Mate, firstly, you're 68, and I've got to give you credit because a lot of the people in your era now don't really like the digital side because, of course, as you know, if you're used to something, you kind of stick with it. And having someone at your age, which is still young, it's incredible that you're enjoying the digital stuff. So I thank you, mate, because I would love to convert a lot more people that are from the older side of the hobby to look at digital differently and go, okay, all right, this is not bad. It might not be for me, but I don't mind this. So, mate, kudos to you because it's more important for me to transfer you to a digital side to have a look at it than it is probably a new person. So thank you, brother. Seeing ages of people here makes me feel like a kid again. Thanks, S's. Appreciate it, mate. My old man collected model cars, vans, and Hornby trains. I inherited the collection, some of the old dinkies. Oh, right. Yeah, me too, man. I can't wait. Yeah, Armstrong's the best. All right. Your bitrate literally did a backflip from a very high building. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I might have to stop that stream anyways, guys. It's starting to crash. But cheers, legends. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining in. And plenty more live streams to come and some videos coming out this week. And then we fly off. So cheers. Sorry about the bit rate. We'll call it the shit rate. Thanks, legends. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye.